Hey y'all, this is obviously not the best setup, but I am sewing right now. Adley is at my dad's house right now, or my parents' house, but I'm in the middle of sewing a little, I don't really know what to call it. It's like a quilt, but I'm going to put it on the side of my bed. It's not really a quilt because it's only like a runner size, maybe like a tablecloth runner, I don't know. But these are all of Adley's like old baby clothes that I cut up into squares, and I'm attempting to do this like quilt type of thing. I had to run to the pharmacy, but it's like a pharmacy kind of far away from us. I had to run there this morning because I had to get some medicine for myself. A bird just flew into our window. But I had to get this specific medicine and they only can make it there. So I ended up bringing Adley to my parents' house because my dad said he could watch her for me for a little while. Because I didn't want her to be in the car for that long. Because, well, it's a long car ride and we had just woken up, so I didn't want her to be in the car that long. I knew she wasn't going to be like happy very long in there. But then he texted me while I was gone and he's like, I'm going to bring her to see the grandparents, so I'll bring her back later. So I don't know how long he's going to be gone today. I actually wasn't planning on working this today. I started this last night, but I'm bored and I don't know what else to do. I am planning on cleaning the house today, at least a little bit, because the backyard needs cleaning up bad. Adley's got toys everywhere. I'll probably do that when she gets here because she's not going to let me sit here and sew. But for now, I'm just kind of sewing. I've been wanting to do this for like a really long time, like a very long time, and I just haven't done it. I've just been kind of busy, and now that I've kind of got a little lull, I started it. So I actually got a new bedspread this week, and it's very grandma-ish, but I wanted to like add to the grandma of it and add this to the bottom, like as a, you know how people put like throws over the side of their beds at the end of it? I just kind of wanted to do something like that. I really don't need a blanket because I've got a million blankets, and honestly, I don't have enough of her clothes to make it into a blanket, so I'm thinking I'm going to make it like a runner size decoration because I don't really want to use it as a blanket either because I don't want it to get ruined because it's her old clothes. I also have a sewing machine. I want to add that. But I have almost a phobia of my sewing machine. Like, I have it, I've used it maybe once, but I'm scared to use it. I don't know, it's just kind of hard to use, I guess, because I just don't use it enough. It probably isn't that hard to use. It's a very nice sewing machine, but I'm just kind of like decided to hand sew this. I did kind of think about just liquid stitching this, and I might do it somewhat because this is a lot to sew. I kind of like the authenticity of sewing it, you know. I've made a quilt one time before because I took all my like old college shirts and damn it. Oh well, we're hiding our mistakes. It just makes it look more handmade, I guess. This thread keeps getting stuck on the edge of the table and then it like knots up and it just pisses me off. There is my second row though. So I'm like tying them together like this and then I'll just keep doing it each by each. So I have the first row and then I have the second row done. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that now. Like it's just not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I decided I'm gonna give a whole rundown of how I'm doing this. Like, we're gonna do a whole tutorial here because why the heck not? So I started out by laying all these pieces in the way that I wanted them, like the pattern I wanted them. And actually I took, hold on, let me get to it. It's in here. I basically saved her, like, my favorite baby clothes of hers so I could use them for fabric, but I cut a square this size with a piece of cardboard. Like, it was literally just a piece of cardboard I had laying around, and I basically took the fabric that I could. I used this thing to cut it. It's just a lot easier with this, but I also have sewing scissors. Anyway, so I basically just cut them into the same size squares. So then when I lay these all out, I started with this side. You could really start whenever, and I just started 2 at a time, and then I just kind of add each one on. So these aren't connected yet, but I'm eventually going to connect them right along this line and then like this line right here. And I'm eventually going to add on like a frill or a lace border, and then I'll add the backing when I'm done with everything. But let me show you how I'm sewing this. All right, so this is the line that I have right now. I have it laid out like this. Okay, so I've been going left to right, but you can go right to left. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to pinch it right here so that they touch like this. If you want your seam to be shown on the outside, you can sew it like this, but I like mine to be on the other side. So what I do, I put it down like here. I flip it inside out. So I flip it inside out. So this was on this side and this one was over here, but I have them switched. I pinch it again where the fronts are facing each other, and then this is where I'm gonna sew. That just makes it so that this is on the outside and then the sewing seam is on the inside. And then I'm gonna take this little clip. I like using the clips more than I like the other stuff, but I just pinch it in the middle there. Start on this left side. And once again, this is probably not the proper way to do it, but I pull a good bit of thread because I use this for the whole row. So this is still connected to my spool over here. I just take it and I loop and I just tie a knot. So then sometimes I'll do another knot just to be safe. So I'll just go through like that, pull it pretty tight, and then right when it reaches the end and there's a little loop, I go through the loop again and tie a knot. And now these two pieces are connected and your seam is right here. So I do the same thing with the other piece. It would lay like this. So I pinch these two together. I flip it over. So I want this to be sewn together. I pinch it again. And then at this time, you have the two patterns facing each other. Picked up some homemade Mayhaw jelly, so we're about to make some PB&Js. Might be time for us to pick these strawberries because they're a little weird looking. Our lettuce is thriving. Look at that. And then our squash is huge. There's my hand compared to it. And then we have a little jalapeno about to be done, 2 of them. Waiting on the flowers to bloom. We'll see what they bloom. I don't think he's coming out of there, baby. You drawing? What you drawing? You draw a heart? I'm not left-handed, but let's see. This is really difficult. Give me one that I can actually draw with. Hold up. Not the best heart, but I'm not left-handed.
It's not tall.
It kind of looks like Mama's card though. Sorta. It needs a wash. Thing stays pretty clean considering I don't ever wash it. You gonna clean up the yard for us? Are you gonna ride it or I'm just gonna out here and stand at? Whoa, what did I just say? I don't know if you're gonna ride it or if I'm just gonna stare at you the whole time. You got a good bit of sticks in there. You did pretty good. I will say this thing holds a good charge because I don't think we've charged it since like last fall or something. It's been months. Okay, the update everybody is looking for. I did finish this last night and I kind of made a mistake because when I sewed it, I didn't do a blanket stitch and that was really dumb of me. I should just went ahead and did a blanket stitch because I literally had to go through and just restitch all of this because the stitching was falling apart. So if you do this, make sure to do a blanket stitch throughout the whole thing. It makes it so much more secure. Anyway, so you live and you learn. Like I said, this is like my second sewing project ever. So here's what it ended up looking like, and I've still got to add the lace and the siding and the backing, and I'm also adding like cotton in it so it's like fluffy. So I've got a couple days worth at least of project. But that's the update for the day. I'm probably going to start working on it in a little while. I'm going to go ahead and get lunch though because she just went down for a nap. So I'm going to get a little bit of lunch and then I might start working on it. Oh, see, I forgot to do one where this was not a blanket stitch and you can see it's starting to tear apart already, but this one is secure. I was thankfully able to spend her nap time today working on the rest of this, and I did end up cheating a little bit and using the no-sew because I was just tired of sewing at this point, to be honest, and I was afraid to sew this lace because I was afraid it was going to like rip too much. But I'm just going to walk you through what I did in case you really want to redo this one day, because it honestly was super easy to do. I just took the glue and put it on each edge of the square, and then I put the lace where it needed to go. I don't know how to explain that, but it was really easy and self-explanatory. This ribbon actually came doubled up, and I literally just cut it in half, so now I have another 9 feet to work with. As far as how I glued for the tuft look, the pink is what I put the glue in first, and then after I added the filler, I did the yellow lines in glue, if that makes sense. I made sure that I didn't block any kind of entrance so that I could get the cotton in there and then glue it so it would make a square. You could tell if you like really watch what I'm doing that I didn't do the bottom at all. It really didn't take much of this, and I wish I would have had more because I probably would have made it a little more fluffy, but I was just using what I had already at the house. Basically, I glued 3 sides of each square, and then by the time I put the cotton in, I glued the 4th side down. And basically, if you just keep with that and you kind of think it through, it's super easy to do this. And yeah, that's how I did the entire thing. It only took me probably an hour to do this part, and I actually planned on putting a backing over the white piece, but I think I'm going to leave it how it is right now. It's not the best because I really should have sewed it, but I didn't want to sew. I was just kind of like tired of it at that point. I might go back later on and add some sewing into it, but for now, I'm just going to leave it how it is. So I kind of ended up cheating a little bit, and I did the liquid stitch because I didn't feel like stitching all this. And to be fair, I did think I was going to end up doing a back, but I think I might just leave it how it is for now. I'll see how long it lasts, but here is the final result. This is what I originally made it for, was to go on the side of my bed here, but I'm not sure if I want to put it here or not because it's kind of like a awkward length. It is the length of the bed though, so I did measure that pretty good. But look at it up close. I'm obsessed with the lace. Look how pretty this is. I also kept some of her pockets, and then I kept this off of one of her little shirts. I just thought that was the cutest little detail. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You want to watch Rapunzel again? We literally watched this last night, but okay. We watched this last night, and I don't know why it's doing this now. Try to... I guess we're watching it like this because this is all she wants to watch. Anyway, I think this is when I'm gonna log off because Kyle just left to go to work. It's 4:52. That sounded really country. 4:52. That's what I see on my Alexa at least. So in about 30-ish minutes, we're gonna be going and picking up my mom because my brother is buying his first house today. So we're gonna go look at the house and go tour it and everything like that. They're closing in literally about 30 minutes. So we're gonna like be there when they get done with closing. That's what we're gonna do the rest of the night, and I'm gonna finish editing this video. But I am so happy with how the quilt turned out, or the runner, or whatever you wanna call it. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I'm definitely got the bug now. I want to start making more. That was really, really fun. It just scratched that little DIY part in my brain that I needed scratched. So I'm happy about it. I think it turned out super cute. And yeah, that's going to be it for this vlog. I finished editing this and get it uploaded for tomorrow.